get started here in a minute, guys. All right. Let's hop on over here. Boop. Boop. Let me get my little footrest here set up. Okay. Let me increase the palette cam here, make it brighter. Oh, that was weird. There we go. Is it in focus? That'll work. Okay. So today is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be working on the last crazy dwarf here. Now I am nearly 100% certain this is a enlarged version of the Dwarfarino. I think this guy's 125. Let me see. Oh, actually, yeah, because I have a broken version right here. So there you go, 25% bigger. Yeah, you can see I broke the axle or the head of the hammer, the blammer on him. I didn't really know which one I wanted to go with, and we went ahead and decided to go with him. So let's look back. We must look back. Where's the other? Where's what? I'm missing the guy we just did last week. I don't know where he is. I have all these nice minis in front of me. And I got, oh, he's right here. Okay. So, looking back at this set, we have the two evil dwarves. Very, very cool. Love the paint jobs on these. And then we've got this boyo here. Very fun. And then now we've got this guy. And he will definitely be a big old barrel of fun. So, one thing that we're going to do today, now I know that they're different scales or whatever, but we're going to do the biggest donor. I will ship all of these to you. So if you want the painted versions of everything that we did on Miniature Monday for this month, that is the easiest way to do it. You could get them for $1, technically, I suppose. This weekend I had fun. I did a private lesson with a patron, and we painted up this Assassin's Creed mini in 2 hours. So, you gotta love that. Oh, and then, I know I shared this earlier today, and then I painted this guy up. You see how big he is? I think he's as big as my head, right? But so, this was a 30-minute paint job on this huge giant, big 3D print. He ended up being long story short, he is now like the bad guy in our Vaesen campaign, as all of my friends figured out as well. So, but definitely had fun. It's literally so easy of a paint job. A bunch of wash and airbrush, and that's it. So, and then some dry brushing. I know, that's crazy. I used this actually right here. This little piece of sponge, and just easy enough. So, we are going to do a fun paint job on this today. It is definitely going to be a little challenging. It's going to be the first time that I've tried anything like it, but we're going to be doing a darker skin tone and fire hair, mostly because I want to try that technique, like I had said, on some Fire Slayer miniatures for Age of Sigmar, and this seems like a great opportunity to do so. So, we will go ahead and do a darker skin tone on him. So, to begin, I will grab dark skin. Wow, surprise, surprise. Get some on the palette here. Hope everybody's doing all right today. You had a pretty good weekend. We've had really crazy weather here today. And over the weekend too. Oh, there's some hair. Some cat hair in the primer there. Crazy rain. So much rain. I mean, my plants love it. The peppers are going crazy out there. So we're going to go with the brown, and then we're going to tint it a little bit blue. Really, what we're going to end up trying to do is just create a competing temperature right for the hair. We're going to make the hair look like it's flaming. I am feeling better. Today is like the first day that I actually feel pretty much back to normal, so I do apologize, of course, from all of the delays or rescheduling stuff, right, for Patreon, all of that. But I just haven't been sick like that in so long. I mean, it was like a 5-day terrible experience. I'm still coughing some stuff up, but not like I was. Okay, let's get, it said blue, so we need some black. Get some black on the palette. Maybe we don't do blue. Maybe, I wonder if I can get away with... No. I was thinking maybe a green, but I don't think that's the case. Yeah, I guess we'll deal with the blue idea here. Oh, I forgot to take heartburn medicine before we got started today. I'm so stressed today, like, it's awful. If I do cough, it's because of heartburn. I'm gonna take some black and some blue. Oh yeah, I forgot too, over the weekend. We did so, I mean, literally the amount of stuff that I had to do was just silly. But over the weekend, we painted this guy up as well on Patreon. If you're not a member of the Patreon, it is almost a brand new month, so definitely give it some thought. We had fun painting this guy up. I love the base. The base turned out really fun. And then we did work on the Atelier project yesterday, and it's the first time I've ever done like basing stuff on camera. So I sculpted a diorama base on top of a plinth, and so that's exciting. We'll eventually get to some form of happily finished with that. And we're going to be working on a bust next for the next project, and very excited about that as well. So we're going in with this blue wash on top of the dark skin tone. Yeah, I have it finished now and primed. I added the texture and all that good stuff, so should be cool. Now, do we want to do? I feel like he should have like a big coppery brass hammer. That just seems to make sense to me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a rust brown, a nice orangey reddish brown, and we will base coat that on him. And then I will grab some military blue. We're gonna do like the same base color for it, or sorry, wash on the metals and everything. So that's the plan. Only slightly thinning with water, just so we can utilize that zenithal. A little bit more water here. There we go. Big shout out again to everybody that bought some merch. I know a couple people said their stickers arrived. And then my clothes did ship as well. It just said it would take a while to get here. I think next week is what it said. But I will be happy to have some Mini Painting Studio t-shirts again. I have no idea where my old ones went. Actually, I do know exactly where they are. But they are ancient. Very old shirts. I'm wearing a very inappropriate shirt today. Of course. A good old Sydney gift. She gave me a a fun shirt. So what do we? So let's do the piping, the same color here. I cut my hair today and messed it up. So I'm a little sad. I might actually have to go pay for a haircut. I think Sydney can clean it up though. Really, it's just the back needs to be sort of lined up a little bit. All right, I like that. Let's do the kneecaps here. But not the trim. Oh, there's a cat hair down here. Hiding at its knee. You gotta love that. And then let's do this center portion of the face mask. He's gonna be doing some airbrushing later, so he's masked up for safety. Do that. Metal. Okay. Got our military blue here. Oh my goodness. Now it's tainted with a little bit of a rust brown. That's okay. We'll do the shoulders. Trim on the glove. He also has little studs on his knuckles. Make sure you get those. The plate armor on his chest there. Maybe the handle. I don't really know how to approach the handle, so we've gotta think about that one. We'll do the little respirator knobs, vents, whatever as well. Okay. Now then, let's vary up the hammer a little bit. So, let's do this guy. Okay, cool. And then, you know, you would think the banding, but I don't want to do just the banding. I want to do the bolts. You can switch it up too if you want. You can do as little or as much of the silver to coppery tone, as much as you want. Let's do the lip. The business end of the hammer here. I think this guy's name is like Caden, a Thermo Warrior or something like that. Ready? And then, well, let's do like... Oh, we'll just leave that. We'll leave that the way it is. Okay. And then the shoes. Just to get some color on there. I'm not worried about the trim on the kneecaps just because it's so small. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to take a little bit of Noir Black and just make a very dark version of this color here. A little bit of rusty brown, and I'm just going to put this all over the base. This is its 3D printed base. I know I didn't do that for the previous two goblins, but I did for goblins, dwarves. But I did it for the other steam dwarfs, so I mean at least they are kind of matching. Remember again, today the person with the biggest donation will get all 4 of the painted Miniature Monday minis. So currently that would win at $1. Or 1 penny. I actually don't know what the what the minimum amount is, right? That you can do, but shipping won't cost me much unless it's like international. Then please don't do that. But I know we didn't do that with the last set, but I think that'll be something that we do from now on. Okay. Just drop the big old resin boy here. All right. Now we're not gonna do OSL though on the hair. That is one thing I considered for about 2 seconds, and I'm like, no. That is not a thing. I'm gonna grab Intense Brown, and then you know, I would like to do a really bright orange, but I don't think that will make sense, so I'm gonna grab a dark green somewhere. We've used it a lot. Where did you go, my friend? Alright, well, I'll just mix one. Jungle Moss is hiding. Oh, you know what? I bet it's behind me, because I think I used it to no? Okay, well, it is just hiding. Either way. Okay, I should have shaken that too. That's all goo. A buzz. There it is, right there. Nice. So we'll just do dark green on the cloth. Makes sense. Complementary color. Easy peasy. So mixing that up here. A little bit darker. There you go. That's Jungle Moss color right there. So that'll go on the sleeves, like so. Not a lot of cloth to go around, but enough to make a difference. Oh, I forgot to do that shoulder right there. That's fine. And then we'll do the pants the same color. I would imagine he's wearing some kind of like Dwarven brand Dickies jumpsuit underneath all his thermo gear here. So do have some of the dark green right behind the neck there. Okay. Alright, everything else should be fine. We can wash it down, do things separately. Okay, now then, we should probably... I'm actually going to take this intense brown and do the glove. I'm thinking purple makes the most sense here, but we won't know. My thinning technique is on point. All it is just a 1-to-1 ratio of paint to water and you're good to go. Obviously, your mileage will vary depending on what brands of paint you use. Okay, and then we'll do this on the back. The shoe here. I'm not sure really what's metal, what's not on the shoe, so we'll do the bottom as leather or whatever. Or whatever, dude. Okay. Alright, so we're getting there. I'm already almost out of room on the palette, of course. Good sign. So, just clear purple. And that will be a wash for everybody. By everybody, of course, I mean all of the metals, every detail we just put base coats on. Sibling. Okay. Alright, so it looks like Sibling currently is going to be getting... Assuming no one out-donates him, he will be getting all of the painted miniatures from this month. He's lucky that there's... He's lucky that he knows he doesn't have to pay for additional shipping right now, so... I doubt including these 4 will drastically change that Australian rate. Now I should just make sure today's paint job's really lame, right? Actually, no, I can't do that. I have to wait until the very end, right? And then I can just spray it all with primer. Stu friend, our buddy Ode isn't in here. Our famous Norwegian street luger. I hope he's okay. Remember how he told us he was going to be on Eurosport 1 over the weekend doing street luge? I feel like he has an obligation to come back and let us know that he's alright. That was wild when he was showing that. You put in a real donation? No, it's fine. 20 bucks is fine, man. $5 a mini? You gotta love it, dude. It's just like you're buying the Miniature Monday set all over again. Oh man, I forgot we had to paint this right here. You missed something? Oh yeah, I don't think you were here, so when was he here? I think it was when I was doing the Age of Sigmar mini, if I'm not mistaken. He came in, and he comes in randomly, like off and on. We hadn't seen him in a long time, but he's been in and out of the streams for years. And he literally told, like, he started to tell everybody how he's like a street luger, and then he showed us some, like, he's told me how to find his videos and on YouTube, and so we watched him doing some luging. But it was so funny too. He just like casually, he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be on TV, and it's no big deal." But I mean, he also said like literally, you just do it on like main roads, like highways and stuff through the mountains, and like seemed a little risky. But he said he hasn't been injured over the years that he's done it, so. All right, look at that. We've got our purple washes in action here. We are almost ready to start knocking out a bunch of detail. Hey Talia, hey Larry. Hope you guys are doing good. Give me 2 shakes of a brain here. I'm sorry I'm yawning. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry I'm yawning. Today I am super tired. Okay. I was just seeing if we had any connection issues. Alright. So the hair, we're going to wait until the very end to build in our flaming effect, but I know it will be really cool. So that really leaves us with either working on the steam. I don't really care about that right now. That's always like the easiest thing for us to work on. So instead, we are probably going to do the skin. So, I don't have any white on the palette, and we need a little bit of white. I'm like, what is happening? And I just randomly have supports here. You need some support? I got you. Just kidding, I don't. I got my own problems. Leave me alone. Alright. Where are we gonna do this? I'm already out of room on this palette. I'm not. I'm lying. Look, I've got like most of it left. Alright, so we're gonna bail out on all the other colors that we had there to begin with. Sorry if you were attached to them in any way. And we're just gonna build a little skin section here. Got the dark skin. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the military blue. Kind of neutralize it. And a little bit of white. There we go. If you're going to be trying to neutralize, or sorry, desaturate a color, it's always important that you're adding a little bit of blue and a little bit of white. Hey, man, okay, sorry. This has been happening and started happening. Oh wow, looks like Gary wants the miniatures. Thank you. Umbro with the dono. But, so it's important that you add a little bit of blue and a little bit of white, and it will help desaturate cool tones. Warm tones, a little bit trickier, because then you're going to start going purple, obviously, but it's like such a minute amount. Okay, so let's do a little bit of rebase coating here. There we go, that's a great color. I'm really excited about this paint job. I actually was telling Sydney I was really looking forward to today because I know it's going to look crazy. And you know, if I'm excited about something, that means you guys have no reason to be. Alright, cool. Good base tone. And again, even though we are doing a cool flame effect, even though we're doing a hot flame effect on the hair, you know, we are not doing any kind of glow with it. So, you know, I'm not having to stop and ponder, you know, like the base color OSL, how bright I can make it, whatever, right? We're not worried about that. We've already done too much OSL this month. I feel like between all the Lord of the Rings minis, which tomorrow, of course, we're finishing up Legolas, and the set will be complete, and we'll be doing the silent auction running for a couple weeks. I believe I'll leave it up for 2 weeks for all of those miniatures as well, and I'll have pretty glamour shot photos, all that good stuff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take mostly military blue, and then I'm going to add a little bit of our brown here. Actually, probably mix the two, and then a little bit of white. Now we have a nice dull bluish gray. Volume-wise, I'm kind of just thinking about like where I want to place our lighting, and I think sort of down the center, right here, makes the most sense if this is going to be like our brightest point. Let me zoom in. I love it. I love it when my cable is like, no. It's been so long since I've had to deal with that issue, but here we are. Just highlighting up. And currently, right, it is a pretty neutral color. It isn't very much brighter than what we had previously, but enough to make a bit of difference. Like the hair, the cat hair right there. Professional. Yes, this guy is one of Arthur's faves. So you saw I went underneath the eye there. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to leave really quick because the heartburn situation is getting to me. I feel like literally the last few days, I'm like, I need medicine, I'll be right back. Like, it literally just keeps happening. So what we'll do is we'll do a little family photo here of all these minis. So that way we can get a bidding war between Umbro and anybody else. Sibling. Remember today, highest dono. So don't go crazy. Gets all of the painted miniatures from this month. I can't do this. This requires a brain, and I haven't seen mine in so long. Let's see. Does this work? How do we do this? Like this? Aha! Aha! He's too big. The guy in the middle is just too big, man. It's a big boy. Where are we? Right here? Ah. There you go. Family photo. I'm gonna go run and grab that medicine really quick. Look, that's like the worst. The worst shot possible. Whatever. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. 2 seconds. Do you like my shirt? Here, this is Sydney's gift that she gave me. Do you like it? Where's the camera? Where's the camera? Where are you? Right here? Alright. We're out of here. I'm an adult. I'll be right back. He's like, can I come in the room? Okay. We're back. Okay. Alright, so, whoop, goodbye. Back to business here. That will definitely help. Alright, so... we have two options, and that is to either go more of like a tanned ochre or a lighter gray blue. So we're going to test the lighter gray blue theory here. I like it. Alright. I wanted the skin to kind of be like ash. Soot. Something like that. Makes more sense with the theme at hand. Going in to glaze this highlight. During my private lesson with Shay this weekend, we talked more about the painting campout. And looks like if it's going to become a reality, we are going to do it in October. Probably the weekend of the beginning of the month or the one immediately after it. So I think it's like the 4th or like the 9th or something. But I definitely want to do it. It just depends on, you know, anything can happen, obviously, between now and then. But finding the best rate, the best one for all of us, and then giving people time to figure out flights and stuff. Hey, look at that. I know that was crazy with the color. All right, cool. I'm happy with that for now. There does need to be some kind of highlight over here, so we'll go ahead and catch the light a little bit. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. Remember, we can't like we can't really go too far too fast because we're gonna have the flame effect going on, so we have to like chill out with it. What do we want to work on? Let's work on our metals. It's gonna take the longest. So I'm going to go back in, beginning with our rust brown. Picking out all of our values the best we can. I love how that zenithal is kind of like that really deep purpley color coming through because of the wash. And then following the bright point in the middle, that means the top of these little sections of the mask are going to be very bright. Okay. The inside of the Masquerino. This valve right there. Right here. Did I do the side? A little bit, so we'll do into there, right here. Bringing him to life. Man, he's gonna look menacing. Let me turn this up one. He's supposed to be one of the good guys. Putting that there so I know where the highlight's supposed to rest. Same thing over here. And essentially, whenever I'm doing that, I pull the highlight into the like block of brighter color that I've done. Right now, just outlining. Gently tapering in that highlight there. Not really super crucial because we are going to go back in with a couple highlight colors, obviously, but doesn't hurt just to get started. Remember, this bundle of minis is still available. I haven't removed any of the Miniature Monday bundles, so I think I'll always probably leave them up. Even if it's not something you're interested in painting along with, it is the best value in the store. Out of everything. It sounds like thunder outside. Let me make sure we're not headed towards trouble here. One moment. Oh, we might be. Oh, okay. Let me see what's going on. Where are we at? Yeah, that's thunder. Wow, nothing. Okay, it's gonna be all around us, but not on top of us. Giggity. Cool. Well, it didn't even hit 80 today, so that's nice. Thank you. I have so many things going on in this room. I was about to say, like, I really need to fix that, and, like, I have so much I need to do in general. It's just stupid. So bad. Getting sick was, like, the worst thing to happen last week. But is what it is. Highlighting up the knee. It's like a upside down triangle going towards the center of the kneecap. That would be the volume of a rounded surface like that. Remember, if you ever want to know, sibling, you gotta now you gotta stop donating. I don't want anybody donating more than that. That's crazy. So now it looks like sibling really wants the minis. Wants them real bad. Okay, I'll stop now. Yeah, if you win, I'll throw in something. I got some mysterious things here hidden around. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I've got stuff. Let's do this. I'm going in and just doing my breakpoints. Oh, right, like I was saying before, sibling so generously did another dono. Where are we at? We're at 68% of the monthly goal with 47 hours to go. Well, I feel pretty good about that. I mean, honestly, I didn't expect anything, so I appreciate everybody over the last couple weeks that have helped out. You have no idea. I mean, maybe you do have an idea. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have an idea. But you have no idea how much it means to me and how much it helps. So thank you so much. But the volumes, all you have to do is search a couple terms. You can search still life, basic shapes, or like still life, basic shape, lighting, light and shadow, or shading. You can also do digital illustration, light and shadow, and you'll find examples of like primary shapes. You can actually just search digital illustration volumes and you'll probably find the exact stuff that you would be looking for. But all of those references will help you through your visual muscle memory. That's what they always referred to it as when I was in school. Is that all the reference stuff you have is like a muscle memory. Okay, big hammer blammer time. So down here it's a little bit darker, so really I'm just sort of focusing on edges. Outlines and all that. I don't know if that section's actually that color, so we'll just continue down here. Okay. Inside. Okay. Now then, the volume here is pretty simple, pretty obvious. Real bright in this area. We'll broaden it a little bit too. Down a ways. I'm not worried about going in between these shapes. Like every single one of those little, whatever you would call them, we need to go down the middle. But we're not going to do that with this color. It's not important. And I say that only because we would need to go back over it multiple times. So why would we do that? If we only need to do it maybe once. My brush pooped. 106. That's pretty hot, man. That sounds like what it's been like down here. It's just what's funny is like it's been in the 70s down here today, but when you go outside, it's so humid. But yeah, otherwise it's been like 100 plus every day. But it's been nice that it hasn't been super hot like immediately this summer, because obviously that gets very expensive. In this room, it's so brutal being stuck in this room when it's that hot. Okay, and then the secondary volume direction is pretty much down the side here. Oh, yesterday, my friend Katie, who is in our game group, left me a copy of Cursed City that's hers. And she said that if I wanted to paint anything, what was funny? She was like, "I'm not trying to get you to paint for free, anything." And she's like, "But if it would help your streams, if you want to paint something from Cursed City, feel free." And I'm like, "Well, you got me." So I'll probably do something from that box set. I don't know when. I mean, probably a week, 2 weeks. Or yes, yeah, because we won't have game night again until 2 weeks from now. All right. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe? What's up, Todd? What's up, Richard? I see you. I see you out there. How are we looking on time? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're running out of time. All right, so I'm gonna grab. Let's do. Let me grab Marigold Yellow. A nice mustardy yellow. And that's going to get mixed in. 2 part Marigold Yellow, 1 part Rust Brown, and a tip of white. Should do us right. There you go. That's going to look really nice. Okay, thinning it down. So these are from Signum Workshop. So it's just the Miniature Monday bundle that I sell. So we just decided to do dwarves this month. So all of the other ones that we've done so far, we painted up this guy. I don't want to break anything, of course. So we painted up this guy, and we painted up this guy, and we painted up this guy. He was the first one we did. And then now we're on to this one. Now this one is scaled up a little bit bigger than the default size, so it's a little bit big. But you can get the bundle itself for $20 for all 4 miniatures. Still available in the shop. And then, of course, you can follow along with me and paint them the same way, or do your own thing, whatever you want to do, if they seem cool. Alright, so we're going back in with our brighter tone. Actually, I feel like it's not bright enough, but once we go back in with our brightest color, I think it'll probably settle itself in. And then, of course, everybody's favorite part at the very end, the airbrush tint. Always helps sell our metals. So, I feel like it's too bright now. Hold up. There you go, you can see a little better. There we go. Our brightest highlight color on the metals that we're doing right now is probably going to be a peach. Very light peach. Going back over the middle volume highlights there. And I'm not going to go any further back. That's fine right there. Let's do the knee. Do you guys ever have that one friend that, like, any opportunity they get, no matter like what the setting, time, or place, will always make a Knights of Knee joke? And then they're like, you guys ever see Monty Python? Is that just me, or is that a comp? Like, does everybody know that person? I feel like everybody knows somebody that does that. They start talking about swallows and coconut. You must be that person. I'm telling you, everybody knows that guy. And I think it's uniquely a guy, I have to say. I don't think this is equal opportunity cringe, okay? May or may not own a fedora. My buddy Steve. Steve, you're getting called out, dude. We know what you do. I feel like the 85. What's 85? Oh yeah, the goal. I wish we had 85 patrons. That'd be really cool. We've been sitting at 79 the entire month. No new patrons. So, but hey, that's fine. We didn't lose anybody yet. So that's the real goal. Is just not losing anybody. I always feel like. But it happens. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the friend that made all the Monty Python jokes, like, constantly, is the same friend that, like, was so excited to be a dad so that they could make dad jokes all the time. They probably made all the dad jokes in general, right? Anytime somebody's like, I'm hungry, they're like, hi, hungry. Somebody's like, hey, my name's Candace. And they're like, Candace. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I won't do it. I know it's good. I know it's a good one. I won't do it. You all just fill in the blankie in your own time. You know, I feel like maybe I should have been doing some scratches on this guy, but at the same time, you know, maybe he's just so thermally dynamic that he just, like, doesn't get hit. And his armor is perfect forever. Is that how that works? I gotta take this bracelet off that I'm wearing. It's literally cutting off my circulation in my hand. Because I'm not shoving it onto my little wrist pad here that I put my my arm on. Hold on. I'll take this guy out. It's terrible. God, come on, man. There we go. Whoo! Okay. It's definitely Steve. Okay. Now we are moving into dangerous territory here. Big ol' hammer time. I still want this entire area to be the brightest. So that is our setup. Sibling, what does a flight to the U.S. look like in October, early October? You get a VIP invite. Okay. Starting to pull them in. Now I did use the 3D Prime today and didn't have a problem. So I am always so perplexed by that product. I think it has to do with the airbrush, 9 times out of 10. But even though over the weekend, you guys know I did have an issue with that. I bought like a cheap airbrush just for Thick Boy 3D Prime, and it's like it isn't thick enough, or like even it can't handle it, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive in a not good way. Having the inside there. Okay, coming down here. There is opportunity to do a little bit more edge work to add volume to like the sides of the different components here on the big hammer, but we're not going to do it just because it's going to take us forever. I already feel like today is going to be for sure a 2-hour, just because of the intensity of everything we're doing. It looks pretty good, though, I have to say. I'm going out and rendering these a bit more. Going down in the in-between little section to make them pop. Make them pop. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Yeah, that's like, well, that's like my buddy in Japan. The vaccine rollout there has been very difficult. And what's funny is, like, he got his call for the vaccine finally, and he's a teacher, so, like, you would think that's a priority, but it's just been, like, senior citizens mostly. What? Camera? Why? Thank you. But it was one of those deals where he gets the call and, like, you can't reschedule, and so he's moving the next day, or he has a exam, like a certification exam the next day, and then he's moving. So I'm like, buddy, he doesn't know which vaccine he's getting, but I'm like, well, just understand this. You know, that's gonna be extremely not awesome for you, but. Unless he's lucky and doesn't really have a reaction. Okay. So, oh, right, this down here. It's a cool looking hammer, man. Okay, and then this side. It took an outbreak in Sydney. Well, I'll ask her if she's feeling sick. Yeah, have they been, I know everything was locked down province to province in Australia. Is that the right term? I know it's not state, right? But, there's the dad joke. But yeah, like here in Oklahoma, they didn't lock anything down. And it just got local government area, there you go. But it got to the point here where it was so bad because there were no restrictions at all, or mandates, that the hospitals were like, hey, if you get sick, good luck, dude, don't come here. So, and then once that happened, then it was like, What do I believe more? That this is all fake and some way to take my guns, which is like what everybody was saying here, or that it's like an actual disease? It's like I said. We're gonna take this color. I'm gonna add a little bit of red, just a tipful of clear red, and then a tipful of white, more white. I want a pink, like a salmony, corally pink color, and I think I've got it. Might not be bright enough, but we will just test it. There you go. That may be too bright, actually. Mix it back down a little bit. Let's see if this works. Okay, a little bit more white. We're almost there. Oh, a Raiderino. What's funny is it doesn't pop that up. Let me see. Party of 7. Wow, that's a big table. I gotta tell the hostess not to double seat anybody. I hope you all are having a good day today. Does that work? I just can't tell. I mean, I guess that's fine. That initial color was too bright, but we will just live with this one. And again, we don't know necessarily how this will all look at the end of the day until we do the fire hair, so we're just kind of guessing, in all honesty. Yeah, actually this doesn't look good. It's too bright. Oh well. Oh well, that's fine. We'll live with it. It's okay. It's alright. It'll look fine. You know, just because it's not exactly what I wanted doesn't mean it doesn't look good. That's at least what I tell myself here. Okay, moving on. I mean, it looks good. It's just not what I was wanting. I wanted it to shift a little bit differently because I've done the same color once before. So in my head, right, I have like an idea of what I think I would expect type of thing. So I do appreciate that. Right, I'm not. That's the only reason why I'm being hard on myself is just because I'm like, well, I know what I really want it to look like because I've done it before and it didn't come out that way, but it's alright. Oops. We're making all kinds of mistakes here right now. That's okay. You know what? Actually, I'll fix it this way. I was going to go back and try and blend it down, but instead we will thin it like that. And then I'll just go back with the
good old Rusty Brown here. Now I can glaze that on top without too much issue. Just like this. There we go. Now that'll be a nice smooth gradient highlight. And not look really dumb like it did 2 seconds ago before I fixed it. Here you go. Not perfect, but perfect and finished are not mutually exclusive here today, so... Cool. This one is underneath the hair and stuff, so I'm not too concerned about really bright highlight on the interior portion. Did we do... I thought we did these. Did we? Brighten them up a little bit. Okay. In the back, very quickly. Excited to start next month's Miniature Monday. It is the Sands of Time Egypt theme. What was funny was somebody got them at 150 scale, and like the big mummy is so big, it's hilarious. I don't think they realized how big the miniatures were when they ordered them at that size. So really excited to work on them though. And then, of course, once we start that, the next set will be announced. So, I do have some ideas in terms of like what we may work on. So we'll see if we roll with that. I need a little bit more white here. Yeah, so what you do is you go to minipainting.studio, and then you can just check out the store. Right now, I'm at about a 10-day turnaround time, just because of all the orders and me being sick for the majority of last week. But if you're ordering next month's set, right, you'll get it probably that first week, so... It just depends, though, actually. I mean, maybe it ships out... Well, either way, right? Like, it would ship out probably towards the end of this week, and it just depends on if it gets to you Monday or not. So... Because I'm finishing up a bunch of orders. That was one of the problems, too, when I was trying to do orders last week when I was really sick. Man, it was so dumb. It was like, why am I going into this 120 degree garage that has IPA alcohol fumes, and you know, it was just silly for me to think I could still produce orders at full speed, because it was very detrimental. What's up, Alicia? Top part here. I love the way that the hammer turned out, though. I think it looks great.
Nice and shiny big blammer. Man, that color's just sick, isn't it? I mean, I love it. I love it. Very happy. Very happy. So congratulations to, I think, Sibling, who's going to have this painted mini.
Most likely. Now remember, top donor gets all the painted miniatures that we did for this month. They will all be shipped to you.
And I think he was at $40, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, Trevor?
And if you haven't seen the other minis, I'll show them off at some point. Unless you can't stay and hang, then
Let me know in the chat and I'll just show them. But
alright, let's continue down here. Now
this, I need to clean up a little bit, this section, to match the top.
But brightest color, we're going to go in between.
Okay.
Now that I'm going to go back and fix that section I said I needed to. It's like right here.
Just needed a little bit more of that color. Same right there.
This is just like the rust brown, very thin.
Okay.
Back here, I'm really only going to focus on the very top. Mostly because it is angled backwards. We'll do a little bit here. Brighter reflection there. Alright. So, what do we do next?
Metal. Hair. Why don't we get started on the hair so we don't get lost in the sauce?
So, first thing we need, yellow.
I've made a mistake, actually. I should have painted...
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
That looks normal, right? we're doing our Super Saiyan dwarf here. Oh, let me actually, I do need to get white out here because we will need to do corrections in general. This is just clear yellow. What's up, Momo? Or, oh, sorry, is it Mom of Nova? Is that what's up, Momo? Alright, and then the front of the browsies. I'm just going through some white mixed in. We just need that hairline to be nice and bright as we taper our way up, so I'm just going to layer it up like this. All of these colors are so thin that it doesn't really matter the amount of application. So, alright, so we've got this going on. The back, we can go ahead and do as well. Okay. So we'll let this dry for a second before... I guess we gotta do the side. See, it's always something. My chat's messed up. Sorry, give me a second. What do we got? What do we got over here? Okay. The Snooty Doobie. I have questions about that name. Okay. So we'll get the parts of the brows closest to the nose here. Yellow as well. Whoop. Then, going back in, since I know we're kind of done going crazy with the color, I will take a darker tone and reline the hairline here. Assuming it's not wet. It looks wet. Yeah, I have to wait. Okay, well, while we are waiting, we can build up the rest, so we can just start relatively crazy and build our way up, so that's a bright yellow, huh? It's directly on top. I don't want to make this darker. I mean, I guess we can. Alright. Now then, on to a marigold yellow here. I don't care about smoothness in the transition yet, anything like that. We obviously go back and build it up, back and forth. You work inside, outside, all kinds of ways whenever you're doing flames. And since it's hair, right, like we have a little bit more leeway in terms of what we can get away with. Alright, grabbing an orange.
Unfortunately, I only have clear orange in front of me, so that's probably just going to get mixed in with something. But we'll see.
You could technically airbrush this if you wanted to, but
no hugely inherent need.
so we're gonna keep layering this quite a few times. Sorry, let me just like set that right there. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Clear red. You can use blood red. You can use any kind of red you want. Since we are doing hair, we're going to do a wash as well, which I know is not typical for fire, but we do want to be able to section out the different clumps of hair. That'll be the easiest way for us to do that.
Everything will be duller and more desaturated the further towards the red we go. And then brighter and more intense like flame. Closer to the roots we get. So. Make a nice little smoke tone here. Okay. So we just need all that to dry. And then we can do a couple procedural washes, getting darker and darker. I'm going to go back in and redo our skin here, or at least the hairline. And I think where the skin is now actually works pretty well in terms of lighting.
It's not competing too much with the flame. Anything like that.
Okay, that's fine.
So, first thing I'm going to do is make a wash out of our orange. So that's going to sit in there. Then we need a red wash. I'm going to hold it this way so that way it doesn't run down into the forehead like it just tried to do. On the sides of the head, I am going in deeper with the wash. I'll go ahead and do the eyebrows this color too because we can build up on top easy enough. Okay. Sorry, I don't know who's messaging me. I gotta turn that off. And a nice deep red. Okay.
So we are ready to detail out the hair. Oh, no, we gotta leave it like this. Cool. Cool beans, man. So, as we wait for that, I have to go to class now. Thanks, Todd. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can always hit me up if you're checking out the shop. Like if you have a question on size or something. All the different manufacturers are like different scales, so it's kind of hard to guess. Okay. So while we're waiting on that to dry, I'm just going to lay him like that. I will show you the other two if you haven't seen them. These were the two baddies that we painted up previously. Remember, the videos are on YouTube, they're on Twitch, and they are on Facebook as well. I will have a webpage dedicated to a like URL bank of all of the different videos. I just haven't had time. I wanted to do it 2 weeks ago, and I just didn't get to do that. So, but we've had a lot of fun this month. I know a lot of people were really, really pleased with how everything has turned out. So, that's always good. Let me hit this with the airbrush. It is dry all around the top of the or the front of the face, but. This is gonna look crazy when he's done. Boop. I'm gonna get a new palette. Take a sippy. Shout out to everybody watching though. Okay. So, we need white. Yellow. More yellow. Marigold. We don't really need orange technically, but we can throw some out. And then red. The orange really is kind of existing through the wash that we applied. That's why I feel like we don't need to worry about reapplication of that. But it's an earthquake. Okay, so I'm going to flip this guy, and here we go. And I'm going in with that much brighter yellow, which is really just clear yellow plus a little bit of white. And essentially I'm dragging it a little bit further than you would think, because that extra brightness allows me to then have some pigment to glaze on like the orange, so that way it's visible, if that makes sense. You need to leave yourself a little bit of pigment room so you can continue whatever the gradient is that you're working on. In our instance, it is going to be yellow to orange, where applicable. And then, since we are layering flame, it is important to remember to go back and do like higher up in the hair, if it's overlapping, like it is right here, to go back and layer it, so that way you get multiple layers of like, I mean, this already looks crazy now that we're going back in, but something like that. Nova, I use Reaper paints, and I only use, I think, my list is 32 colors total, like all the time. But out of those 32, it also includes like metallics and things like that, so really I use maybe like 25 colors all the time. I always think if you, and I haven't seen you in my chat before, Nova, so I think you're probably new here, and I always think it's important to for people that are new to know that, right? Because I always try and do as much mixing on palette as I can, or tinting as I can with primary colors, little things like that to just help the painting process. So.
Right, so we need to layer this in right here.
How long have I been painting minis? Well, today for an hour and 49 minutes on this guy. I think like 22 years? Yeah, 22 years. Maybe 23. My mom says I was like 8 or 9. But I wasn't good, you know what I mean? But I went to school for fine art, studio art, painting. So a lot of that translates over. Not that they teach you how to paint minis in college, obviously. Even though the debt that they put you in would make it feel that way. Okay, so now I'm going to take Marigold Yellow because it has pigment. I'm going to mix that with our orange, but this will be kind of like our Wink Wink orange color. Mini painting college. I mean, yeah. I would hate to be a part of those staff meetings. We're just layering the orange into the rest of the hair. So this is the first time I've ever tried to do this, and I think it looks pretty okay. I've seen, like I said, this is kind of like a cheeky way for me to do a test scheme for what I was thinking for the Fire Slayers for Warhammer. Luckily, I will airbrush most of the hair in that scenario, so I'm not going to be stuck like we are here, where I'm just like layer, layer, layer. Remember, we still have to do the metal, the non-metallic silver. That won't take long at all, though. If we go over our time, it's fine. I mean, if this miniature was smaller, if I wasn't working on like a blown-up scale like I am, we would probably be way closer to being done. And again, this mini, I think, is 125% option. I don't think it's 150. It could be. I know I had a couple people order. I sent a couple people that ordered 125, 150 because I printed too many 150s. But obviously, I'm great at business. I'm just giving things away. Okay, so I'm pretty alright with that. So now, clearish red here. And the color that I'm using right now, I'm actually going to use as a liner as well. Oh, no, wow, why? It's like so not what I need. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to flip him upside down again.
There we go. Perfect. So this is the only part that like doesn't make sense if it was actually fire, right? Would be going back and lining, but
it is hair, so I feel like we are allowed some freedom in terms of the coloration. I think it looks great. I mean, that's exactly what I was looking for.
A little over the top, but what else is new? That's really my goal too with all the Warhammer stuff that I'm gonna start painting.
It's just like the stupidest color schemes possible in terms of like
just busyness or like color theory. Whatever I can get away with, I will. Alright, then back with just that nice, really bright red towards the back.
And this is clear red, so it doesn't dry as intense.
So I can be not as like timid, right?
Okay. I killed the camera. Screen cleaning. Sensor cleaning.
Come on, buddy.
Use your powers. There we go. Alright, you guys ready for some fast and dirty metal? Let's do it.
The hair's not the best,
but it's the effect I was going for, and I think it's striking enough to tell us a story that he's got flaming hair, and we are going to be okay with that. You hear me?
So I just went back with some of the military blue with some white.
And that will be our very fast and easy non-metallic metal color. Knuckles. Wait, what happened there? Oh, okay. That's fine. I got confused by the structure. Okay. I used my lamp to figure out that highlight just now, so there's no big brain genius moment. It was just, hey, I'm looking for my physical lamp's reflection. There we go. Okay. Let's do these guys. So, this weekend we don't have anything going on Patreon, which means I will get lots of chores and things done around the house that I need, which is nice. But 2 weeks from now, we will be starting the next set of minis. We will be painting up a Harpy Queen, which is fun. And then we have the Chocobo Rider the week after that, or 2 weeks after that. So those should be fun, especially after all of the OSL work that we had to do on everything this month. A little bit of a breather, something different. This month's theme on Patreon, everybody voted for feathers. So we are doing minis that are heavily feathered in one way or another. So obviously the Chocobo Rider, riding a big chicken, Harpy Queen, Queen of the Chickens. So it all adds up.
Now we will go brighter.
So really, I'm just paying attention to
Volumes, things like that. Thinning this down. This was a little bit too thick this entire time after I remix it, so I'm just gonna taper in with a bunch of water. Woo!
Okay.
What do we got? We got shoes down here. We really don't care about the shoes, but the trim here. Here we go. Now we're in phone it in territory, right? So everything I'm doing now, I'm just phoning it in. I don't not enough care to stress, right?
A little plate underneath.
I'm gonna do the right hand side as being like our bright line. No real reason. Other than
Just a little bit of contrast underneath so we can see it. Cool.
shoulder here. Danger zone angle right here. How do you even do that? Wow. Alright, well I'm just fibbing.
To try and get from that angle. Okay.
The giant tank that we ignored the entire time. Okay. Let's just go in. See what we can get out of it. Do I have, yeah. I was about to say, do I have like actual military blue? Because we probably should tone it up a little bit.
We'll just make sure the back is super shiny whenever we get there. Okay. Brighter version here.
We are running over, huh? It's okay. Tips of the knuckles. Really, I'm just looking for corners and reflection point edges. So sometimes that means a volume, like right there, or right here. There we go. My brush has a loose hair coming out of it at the tip, so that's terrifying. That's what you get with sable brushes, though. I saw Monument Hobbies has a sable brush coming out, and I tried to like hint, be like, "Hey, why don't you send me that? Why don't you send me that to test it?" Compare it to the good old Da Vinci, the Derpinci. Okay. Slam it on the hammer. We need a little bit down here. As we finish this up, we still have to do the green cloth. That'll take 2 seconds. But thanks for hanging out for another good Miniature Monday. Even though it isn't exactly the paint job I had in mind, it is very, very close to the paint job I had in mind. Now, actually, you know what? Why don't we do some eyes. Clean that up. So I painted them white, and then I'm putting some orange on the outside edges, away from the tear ducts, and then now I'm going to put some clear red. Even further away from that. And then maybe we'll glaze some yellow on top of that white. Okay, maybe just flood the entire brush. There we go. Alright, so now he has flaming eyes as well. Ooh-wee. What a guy. Cool. Okay, let's do that green really quick. This is going to be literally the laziest green ever. I'm just taking leaf green, and we will just straight up layer it rapidly. I'm going to throw in some marigold yellow to it as well. It's a nice color. Like I said, lazy last minute color there. And then we're left with what? The smoke? The steam? Oh no, the dumb backpack. We're gonna sketch this one big time. No, that's not good. There we go. So this metal, much shinier than the other, and not by design, but more so just because we forgot to actually tint the tank the right color to begin with. So there you go. That's what happened there. Cool. but I think we salvaged it.
I think it's probably okay, right? It just looks super shiny.
Okay. Then the smoke, I don't know. No idea. Let's do like a weird wash. Wash? That's not the word. Glaze? That's not the word. Tint? There you go. Paint's too thin. Alright, so adjustment time. We're gonna grab phthalo green, because no project is complete with a little dash. Just a dash. Okay, where do we put it? I'm thinking right here. Can't even see it. Okay. Tinted the whole backpack, actually. Alright. And then, I don't know, magenta, probably. Like, the thing is we've used so many colors that we're sort of limited in our options now, but it's alright. Okay. Alright, well, I'm pleased with that. I hope you guys enjoyed it today for the last miniature of this month. Remember, we are doing highest donor gets all of them, so I will finish up any remaining basing or anything that needs to be done, but I will show you guys all of them. Currently, Sibling in Australia is winning with 40 bucks. But so here are all of the miniatures you would get. Now this guy is scaled up, so he's pretty big. Here is the other miniature.
as well. So these two are like the two steamy good dwarves. And then on the evil side from this month, hey Peter, just in time at the last second, and you get these as well. So you're getting 4 miniatures painted up here this month on Miniature Monday. But if Sibling wins, that's all good and awesome. So if you were wanting to try and get your hands on these minis, you can. He's getting them for $10 each is what it looks like, so that's pretty badass. But anyway, as always, thanks so much for hanging out. Check out the shop, minipainting.studio. Click on the store, and you can see the bundle for next month, or you can purchase this bundle as well of all of these minis, unpainted, of course. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I definitely love the way this paint job turned out today. You know, it is exactly what I am wanting for my Fyreslayer army, so thank you for allowing me to make you guys guinea pigs with this paint scheme. But I think it's really cool. Had a blast. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow as we finish up our Legolas, the last Lord of the Rings mini that we've been working on. And then once that entire set is done as well, like I said, that'll be thrown up for a silent auction, and whoever wants it can get it. So definitely excited. We have had so much fun working on all of the Lord of the Rings minis over the last, gosh, I don't know, what, 2 months, I think, is how long it took for us to do all of them. But definitely cool. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. If somebody donates in the next, 20 minutes or so, I will count it. Otherwise, congrats to Sibling for getting those minis. And see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. CST. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. I'll take a photo of this, throw it up so you can check it out online, and that is it. So, adios, everybody.